Good morning, everyone. It's Mother Earth. We're here from my backyard to talk about how to do a scavenger hunt. So before we get started, I want to go over last Tuesday's homework. So last Tuesday we read 2 stories, and one of them was "Oh Say Can You Seed?" It was a Cat in the Hat book. And we talked all about the parts of a seed, and then I assigned you homework to sprout some dry seeds or beans in your window. So I'm going to show you how mine are doing. It might be a little bit hard to see. So I sprouted some quinoa in mine, and as you can see, they've already put on very long roots. The quinoa started putting on roots in about 2 hours.
Lower.
So the quinoa started putting on roots. Even my chickpeas I soaked overnight. Chickpeas are just another word for garbanzo beans. I soaked my garbanzo beans overnight, and look, they're already putting on their roots right here. Okay, so I'm gonna put these, I've got one more. One of my lentils has a teeny tiny sprout. I'm sure you can't see it, but my lentils are also sprouting. So I'm gonna put these back up in my window and we will look at them next week and see how they're doing. So if you did the homework, go ahead and post a picture or write a comment and tell me, how is your homework going? Are your dried beans and grains, are they sprouting? I wanna see. Okay. So today, I'm going to show you how to do a scavenger hunt in your neighborhood or a nearby park. So I have a couple of rules that we want to talk about first. The first rule is that we want to make sure we're not taking items that are super important to someone. So it's okay to take one leaf off of a tree, or a couple of blades of grass, or a little sprig off of a bush, right? But if it looks like somebody has planted something on purpose and they're caring for it actively, it's in their garden bed, we want to make sure that we don't pull those types of things, okay? So we don't want to chop off somebody's special tulip that they've been working really hard to grow. Hi, Lisa. So, if it's a wildflower or a native flower that's growing in the middle of somebody's yard, that type of thing is okay to pluck. Just don't pick things that look like they're being cared for and are super special to someone, okay? Otherwise, nature is full range. Hi, Momo! Okay, so I did my scavenger hunt yesterday, and I'm super excited to show you what I found. I found a ton of fun stuff. I went to a nearby park and I spent about an hour or 2 actually walking around the park and just finding some really fun and different items to show you how you can do your own scavenger hunt. Okay, so I'm going to show you the types of things that I found. So the first couple things that I found were leaves. Obviously leaves are very easy to find. They're everywhere. Mine are a little bit wilty because I picked them yesterday, but I picked some new ones this morning, and I'll show you what I found. So I found some waxy leaves. These are leaves that don't wilt. You might see them on holly bushes. This is a holly bush one. It's spiky and it's waxy. This is a magnolia leaf. So again, another waxy leaf. And these are 2 leaves that came from bushes. Hi, Celia and Liam and Olivia. So these are more waxy leaves. This one has a pointy spike, and this one's nice and smooth. So I found 4 different types of waxy leaves. And then I found a ton of other different types of leaves that come on flower bushes, trees, all kinds of different plants put on leaves, right? So this one came from a Bradford pear tree, and I don't really know where the rest of these came from, but this one's it's soft. It's got like a spidery kind of web film on it. This one's long and skinny, and it's got some spikes on it. This one's a little bit smaller, but it's got that kind of classic leaf shape. And this one's even smaller still. So like I said, I found lots of leaves. I even found leaves that had berries and seeds on them. So these are the types of leaves that grow on deciduous plants. So these types of leaves, will fall off during the fall and the winter, okay? And then I found other types of sprigs that grow on what we call evergreens. So these types of sprigs, they never go away. They're green all year round. So I found a sprig right here. It's got some yellow tips. It feels really rough. It almost feels like a snake skin. It feels pretty cool. Hi, Kara and Dylan. I'm so glad you guys are joining us. We're talking about evergreen sprigs. And then here's another kind. This is another type of evergreen that will stay green all year round. And it had blueberries on it. Not the types of blueberries that you eat, but these are berries that serve as the seed for the plant. Hi, Natalie. Okay, so I found lots of waxy leaves, lots of deciduous leaves. I found evergreen sprigs. And let's see what else we found. So, I also found lots of different kinds of flowers. So this is a honeysuckle that came off of a honeysuckle vine. I'm not exactly sure what all of these types of flowers are. This one was on a bush. This one is a weed. It's a little bit wilty, but it's got purple flowers, if you can see. I'm sure you're all very familiar with the much-loved dandelion. Probably everybody who has a yard has some of these. So I found all different kinds of flowering plants. I also found bark. So this one's kind of a smooth bark. It maybe came off of an aspen tree. And this one's more of a rough bark. And it maybe came off of like an oak tree or something like that. It's got a rough edges. Okay, I also found pine cones and seeds, all different kinds of seeds. So these are the spiky balls that I'm sure you've probably stepped on in your yard, and they don't feel too good. In some parts of the country, they call these gumballs. This one also came from the magnolia tree. It's a magnolia, I don't know exactly what it's called, but a magnolia pine. It's where the seeds live, little seed pod. Here's a pine cone. I also found some really fun seed pods. This one is a seed pod that comes from a tree, and it makes a really fun sound when you shake it. I don't know if you can hear it, but that's a fun little seed pod. And then these are, we called them whirligigs when I was growing up, but these are another type of seed pod. I went to the lake too yesterday, and I found all different types of bird and duck feathers. So this one is black, this one is white. This one has a really fun pattern on it. And then I found a couple of just little teeny tiny ones. Hi, Cassie. Cassie. So I found feathers, I found deciduous leaves, waxy leaves, I found evergreen sprigs, I found pine cones and seeds, and I also found these really fun, soft leaves called fun soft leaves that a lot of times come on herbs like sage. They're also on a lot of small plants, but they feel really velvety. So I found a ton of those too. I had a question, what is deciduous? So deciduous are the types of trees, the class of trees, whose leaves fall off during the winter. So we have deciduous trees and evergreen trees. Deciduous trees, leaves fall off during the winter, and evergreens, trees, leaves, or sprigs stay the same, okay? Okay, what else did I found? I found some pebbles, some rocks, and I found, obviously, some sticks. I also picked up a few dead things, a few dead branches, dead leaves, dead sprigs. Okay, so I also picked up a few dead things, which means they have fallen from their plant that they were originally on, and then they turn brown, and now they're kind of crispy. You can crunch them. Okay, oh, here's another evergreen. This is from a pine tree. Okay, so now that we've explored what I found, I want to show you how you can use these things to make your own scavenger hunt. So the first thing you need to do is I made this scavenger hunt guide, and I will post it on our Facebook after this. So you can either print it off or you can look at it on your smartphone if you don't have a printer at home. So you print this off and you can put it on a clipboard or a tray and take it with you. Okay, so that's the first thing you need. And the next thing you need is either a tray, you can just find one in your kitchen, or an empty egg carton. I like to use an empty egg carton because it's easy to open it up and keep your items separated when you're sorting, okay? So I'm going to use my empty egg carton to show you how to do this. So, on our outdoor scavenger hunt, it says grab a tray or egg carton and head outside. Your front and backyard, your neighborhood, a nearby park or lake. So you can use any type of outdoor space for this, okay? You can use this worksheet over several days and trips outside. This is a lot of stuff to find, and you don't have to do it all at once. You can do it over multiple days. On this side of the sheet, find 6 small items that represent each of the following opposites. So on this sheet, we're going to be looking for opposites. Now we have more on the next sheet that I'm going to show you when we're done with this, okay? So my first opposite pair that I'm going to do are round and spherical versus flat. So a sphere is a 3D circle, like a ball, okay? So we're going to find things that are round or spherical versus flat. Okay, so let's see what I have that is round or spherical. I found a red berry. A red berry is spherical. It's shaped like a ball. So I'm going to put that on my left side of my tray. What else is round or spherical? I found this little seed pod. I don't know exactly where it came from, but it's kind of got a blue-brown color, and it's shaped like a ball. It's round. Can roll it in my fingers. So I'm going to put that on the left side of my tray. Okay, let's look for some things that are flat. Things that are flat. This waxy leaf is flat. I'm going to put that on the right side of my tray. What else is flat? These leaves that came off of my honeysuckle bush, they're flat. I'm going to put them on this side. What else did we find that is round or spherical? These gumballs, these spiky balls that fall from the trees, these are round. They're shaped like a ball. I can roll it in my fingers. It kind of pricks me. Ouch. I'm going to put it on this side, on the left side. Okay, I see a couple more things in my tray that are round or spherical. This one is really teeny tiny. It's the little blueberry, the blue seed that came on my evergreen sprig. So I'm going to put that on the left side of my tray. What else? I found a sage leaf in my front yard. I'm going to put that on the right side of my tray. even a leaf is flat. A feather, I'm sorry, even a feather is flat. I'm gonna put that on the right side of my tray. My camera woman just gave me a really crazy look for calling that a leaf. Okay, so I've got several different types of leaves and a feather on the right side of my tray because those things are flat. And then I have several different things on the left side of my tray that are round. They're shaped like a ball or a sphere, okay? So get a close look at what types of things are in there. Okay, I'm gonna start on my next challenge. So I'm gonna put these things back where they go. All my spheres, my berries, and then my feather. Okay, so that was spherical or round versus flat. Terry the Trashosaurus, Lisa asked about Terry the Trashosaurus, and he has big plans. He has really big plans for telling people that trash is thing of the past, and you just stay tuned for Terry Trashosaurus. So we're going to do the next one on my list, which is fragrant versus no smell. So on the left-hand side, I'm going to find things that are fragrant. That means they have a strong smell. And then on the right-hand side, I'm going to put things that I don't think have a smell, at least to me. Maybe animals can smell them, but to me they don't smell like anything, okay? So I have an easy one. The first one that I'm going to put in here is, again, my sage leaf. The sage leaf came from my front yard, and it smells so good. You might use sage in your cooking, but when you rub the leaves, they're nice and soft. Ah, they smell so good. So that's fragrant. I'm going to put it on the left side of my tray. That smell reminds me of Thanksgiving. What else? I wonder if this waxy leaf has a smell. I don't smell anything. So I'm going to put that on the right-hand side of my tray because I just can't smell it. Let's see, what else? I wonder if a dandelion has a smell. I don't smell a dandelion either. I'm going to put that on the right-hand side of my tray with my waxy leaf. Oh, I know one that I did find that has a very nice smell. I found some rosemary. This rosemary smells like soap. And you can also use it in cooking. A lot of people cook chicken with this. It smells so, so good. So I've got sage and rosemary over here. Let's see, what else can we find? Do we think that bark is going to have a smell? Bark doesn't have a smell to me, so I'm going to put that on the right side of my tray. What about a rock? Do you think a rock has a smell? Doesn't smell to me. So I'm going to put that over there with my waxy leaf, my dandelion, my bark, and my rock. None of those have a smell to me. Let's see what else we can find that has a smell. Oh, it looks a little worn out today because I picked it yesterday. But this one is my mint leaf. My mint leaf has a very strong, refreshing smell. Again, something you might use in lotion or soap, or you might use it to flavor a drink or your food. And Momo says rosemary is her favorite. Rosemary is also one of my very favorite smells. What else do we have that smells? So the first three things that we picked are all herbs that you can put in your food. So we have sage, rosemary, and mint. All of these are herbs that can be commonly found in nature and are also found in your food. Now I have one that you might not necessarily find in your food, but still smells very nice. And it's very common in Oklahoma. It's honeysuckle. So honeysuckle has a very sweet smell. It's growing on vines right now, so it's something you might find a lotion that smells like honeysuckle, or soap that smells like honeysuckle, or a candle that smells like honeysuckle. So I found 4 things that are fragrant and 4 things that are not. We have honeysuckle, mint, rosemary, and sage. All are very fragrant, strong smells, okay? So those are the things I found for my fragrant and no smell opposites challenge. I'm gonna put these things back. We're gonna do the next one. Okay, the next one I decided to do on my list is smooth versus rough, okay? This one is pretty easy, okay? So all of the waxy leaves that I picked, like this holly leaf, are very smooth. They feel like wax. They're very soft and smooth. So I'm gonna put what feels smooth on the left side and what feels rough on the right side. What about this bark? What do you think this bark feels? Ooh, that bark feels rough. So I'm gonna put the bark on the right side. What else feels smooth? One of my deciduous leaves feels smooth. This one that came from my Bradford pear tree. So I'm gonna put that over here with my waxy leaf. Here we go. This is something that's really rough. This is a dead pine. It's something from an evergreen bush, and it feels really rough and spiky. So I'm gonna put that on my rough side. What else? Here's another thing that's rough. Even the live sprigs from the evergreen tree, they feel a little bit rough. They feel like snake skin, especially if you move your fingers backwards on them. What else did I pick up that's rough? So some of the rocks that I picked up feel rough. Now a rock or a pebble could feel rough or smooth. So you have to pick it up with your fingers and rub your finger on it and decide, does it feel rough or smooth to you? This one feels pretty rough, so I'm gonna put it over here. And I'm gonna find one more thing to go on my smooth side. I'm gonna pick another, ooh, this feels smooth. So this is a reed that I picked up from the lake. It's a reed, and it feels very smooth. It looks like a stick, but it actually grows in the water, and it's kind of hollow on the inside, and it feels very smooth. So I'm gonna put it over here with my deciduous leaves and my waxy leaves, okay? So on this side we have rough bark, rough evergreen sprig, and a rough rock. Okay, so that's rough versus smooth. Okay, so I did 3 on the front side of my sheet, and now I'm going to show you 1 or 2 on the back side of my sheet. Okay, so the first one that I'm going to do is find 8 different leaves and arrange them in order from smallest to largest. Now, since my tray has 6 on one side, I'm only going to do 6. So we're going to find 6 leaves and arrange them from smallest to largest. Okay, so I'm going to pick my 6 leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oop, that one's attached. And 6. Okay, so it's easy for me to tell. I'm going to put them on the tray so everyone can see them. So I picked these 6 leaves, and I'm going to put them in order from smallest to largest. Now it's easy for me to see which one is the largest. So the magnolia leaf is the largest. So I'm going to put that in my tray right here. Okay, and then it gets a little harder from here, but it's easy to see which one is the smallest. So I'm going to do the largest one first, and then I'm going to do the smallest, okay? Okay, so I put my largest leaf right here, and then I'm going to put my smallest, my teeny tiny leaf down here. Okay, So I have my smallest and my largest. Now I have 4 leaves left, and I have to decide where they go. So I think the next largest leaf is this leaf. Now it's shaped a little bit different from this leaf, but as you can see, it's quite a bit bigger, okay? So I'm gonna put this one in my second largest spot. And then the one that I thought that it was really close to, I'm gonna put in my third largest spot. And then I only have 2 left. I have this one and this one, okay? I think this one is littler, so I'm gonna put it by my little one. And then this one in the middle. Okay, so I have 6 leaves that I've put in order from smallest to largest. Count them with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have a small leaf, a medium leaf, and a large leaf. Wasn't that fun? Okay, so I'm gonna put my leaves back. Okay, the next one that I'm gonna do, it's gonna be a little bit tricky, but I think we can do it, is I'm gonna do a rainbow of colors. So we're gonna find something that is red, orange, yellow, blue, green, and purple. So we're gonna find all 6 of those colors in here. So let's see what I have that is red. I have a couple of different things that are red. I have these red berries. So I'm gonna put those on top. And I also have these red leaves that came from a small little tree. So I'm gonna put those on top too. What comes next? Red, orange. Okay, orange is the one that's a little bit tricky. Orange is easier to find in the fall because the leaves turn orange and yellow before they fall down. So orange was a little bit hard for me to find yesterday, but I'm gonna count this kind of brown. Oh, my camera woman is pointing out that there's a little bit of orange right behind me. Look at that. That's orange right there. It's a little bit of a burnt orange, but it's orange. And then I also found this kind of burnt orange leaf yesterday, and I'm gonna put that in there too. So I have red, orange. The next color that I need is yellow. Let's see what I found that is yellow. So my dandelion is yellow. My honeysuckle has lots of different colors, but I think the main color is yellow, so I'm also gonna put that in there. So we have red, orange, yellow, blue. Did we see anything that's blue? Let's see. What about these blueberries that came on my evergreen sprig? I'm gonna pick a few off and put them in there. Okay, so now we have red, orange, yellow, blue, green. Do you think green will be easy to find? I have lots of things that are green. So I'm gonna put my green sage leaf, my green waxy leaf, and my green rosemary. Okay, so we have red, orange, yellow, blue, green, and purple. So we need to find just one more thing to go in the last slot. Okay, so I found this purple flower right here. Found this purple flower right here. I'm gonna put it right there. I also found another purple flower yesterday. Where is it? Here it is. So I found 2 purple flowers right here. Oh, Momo says she has orange berries on her Nandina bush. That's fun. Okay, so we have red, orange, yellow. I've been told that I put these out of order. Green, blue, and purple. So I found a whole rainbow of colors just from my one scavenger hunt. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so we did a ton of different scavenger hunts today. We did spherical versus flat, fragrant versus no smell, smooth versus rough, We arranged 8 leaves from smallest to largest, and we also found a rainbow of colors. And we're still not even done with all of these ideas. So I hope that you will find your egg carton and your tray and go exploring today. It's going to be a beautiful day. Get out into the park, into your neighborhood. Anywhere is a great place to explore outside, and you can also explore lots of different concepts that you're learning at school, at your virtual learning. You can take any of those concepts and apply them to your scavenger hunt. Okay, so the scavenger hunt is your homework, and I want to see pictures from your scavenger hunt. I want to see what you found and what you did with it, okay? Okay, so I'm so glad that you joined me today, and we will see you next Tuesday. Thanks, guys.